that I was going to go live. Not that I actually do. But, got some eating cheesecake. Cheesecake is awesome. In case you didn't know. But, y'all know me, I don't like waiting for people to come in. Because I'll always, repost. But, I want to talk about being intentional. Seriously, being intentional. A lot of us go through our day and we don't really set intentions, and we feel like setting intentions is something that is kind of difficult, or we forget. My mentors have always told me, and I tell people that I talk to, I always tell people that it takes 30 days to create a habit, 60 days to break one. So being intentional, hey VCM, being intentional with your day will take work. It's not to say that you're going to get it right the first or second time. But once you create a routine or a habit, you won't have to think about, setting up routines anymore. You've created it. It's already set into stone. Hey, everybody coming in. I'm just talking about being intentional. Some people may feel like being intentional is hard. And I was saying that it takes 30 days to create a habit, 60 days to break one. So while, yes, in the beginning, creating an intention or being intentional daily is hard, you can create a habit and you can create alarms on your phone. I'm using my phone, so I can't show you my alarms, but I have alarms for certain times of the day to make sure that I want to do things, especially at night, because I use nighttime to program and be intentional for the next day. I pay attention to what the next day is, what I have planned or what I want to have planned, and then I basically script out how my day is going to go. Scripting out the day does not always mean that life is not going to happen or that things that you cannot control won't happen. It's more so that you notice that what you're asking for and what you are focusing your energy on, you're attracting more of that. You're getting more of that. So if you were just like, I want to be productive today, I want to, be happy at work, or I want to have a good day with the kids, you still have to do things and plan things out to have a good day with the kids, to have a good day at work. Bring something with you to take the edge off while you're at work. Being intentional isn't just speaking it and it's there. It's not one of those things. It's creating a space where intentional things and where your energy can bring to you what you need in that space. Sometimes people say that you can't create things without intention. I don't. In my opinion, facts set the tone. Yes. So another way of saying it is setting the tone for your day the night before. That's what I like to do. If I get up early enough, like say between 6 and 8, I'll reset my intentions because I want to make sure they're boosted. But yeah, setting intentions the night before. And for all those being nosy, yes, this is infused cheesecake. But dang, what was I gonna say? Setting the intentions, being intentional. Sometimes you could do things without being consciously intentional about something. Like, I had someone say that you couldn't do a spell without knowing it. And for some people, when they hear the word spell, they're just like, oh my gosh, we're not talking about what you see on movies. It encompasses, but it's more so like being intentional about something. So there was a guy that lit red and orange candles for his girl, or this girl that he liked, had the mood set, wanted to be with this girl, always envisioned himself being with her. They ended up having relations, and Like, he performed a spell on her. He did the root chakra and the sacral chakra. We always know the sacral chakra is definitely for sensual, sexual vibes. And like, he had envisioned everything how it was going to go. And from what I know, everything went perfectly for him. He envisioned it. He set the tone, set the mood, and didn't even know he casted a spell over the whole experience. Not necessarily over her, who he was with, but over the experience for it to be what it was and to be so fulfilling and in touch and in alignment. You know what I mean? So sometimes we unintentionally do things that are for our highest good, but sometimes we unintentionally do things that are not for our highest good. I named something that was for someone's highest good, and they on it. So if you come across boy or girl and they start lighting red and orange candles and stuff like that, and y'all about to have procreational pursuits, it's either intentional or it's unintentional. Just like I didn't want to keep this long, but sometimes we feel too tired to do things. And I had to use this with a client not too long ago, because she was telling me how she was tired, right? And sometimes she doesn't want to get up or do things. And I said, if I punched you in the face right now, would you stay down? She was like, fuck no, I'd get back up and punch you. I said, so you do have the energy. Because if I punch you or mollywop the shit out of you, you're going to try and come back and hit me, right? So you do have the energy. Think about it like that. When you feel like you don't have the energy, you're basically saying whatever, if it's something negative that's draining you, or if it's a situation or whatever, you're basically letting them punch you in the face and be like, yeah, stay down. Knew you wasn't getting up. You're basically letting them do that. You're basically letting that feeling do that to you. If you wouldn't let no, I'm not going to say random, because don't even let nobody close to you do that. If you're not going to let somebody punch you and you stay down, don't let anything else do that. You will always have the energy to be present for yourself. You just have to see it in a different perspective. There are lots of days that I don't feel like getting up and doing a darn thing. I take into account how much I've done the day before, or like in the days before, because I might need to sit down. It might be Spirit's way of saying sit your ass down. But for some of us, it could be anxiety, it could be frustration, it could be depression, it could be anything pushing us to not want to get up. Are you going to let them win? Or are you going to be who you are and you going to get up swinging? Or with a plan of who you going to take down? And setting intentions the night before, it does give you energy to get up the next day to do what you set out to do. And there are different ways to be intentional. You can use crystals to help with your intentions. You can use herbs to help with your intentions. You can use people that are on the same wave as you right now to create intentions. It is great to have a tribe, a coven, a group, a support system to help you, because, hey Margaret, it's great to have that because you have more energy for one specific thing. So if you have you have a group and y'all get together every night and set intentions for the day, you're adding more energy to your intentions. You're adding more push. You're boosting it. You're giving it so much more. And this is what happens when you're in church, when we're all singing hymns and you're all praying. Because Sister Mary wasn't feeling good and y'all all in church praying for Sister Mary at that one time. You're collectively pushing energy at that one person, at that one topic. That's what's going on. Or if the pastor says, we need to get over this hump of such, such, such. Y'all start getting praying and Holy Ghost and doing all this other stuff. You are setting intentions towards that goal. You are setting energy towards that goal. It's the same thing. It is. It's the same thing. So being intentional, we do it a lot unconsciously. But when you start intentionally, like consciously doing it, you start to notice what you're actually bringing in. Because when you're doing unconsciously, you don't really pay attention to what you asked for. Not at the specific times. You know what I'm saying? It pops in and you're like, oh crap, it came just when I needed it. You asked for it at a certain time and you gave your energy and intention to it and it popped up. So, hey. So there you go. Intentions are definitely a thing. And if you want to start this thing and you want to keep on it for 30 days, set an alarm to be intentional. You could do it at night like I do it. You could do it first thing in the morning when you wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like, pick what is good for you and what matches for you. Because some of the things that work for me isn't going to work for everybody. And some of the things that I use may actually work for you, but you might have to put your own spin on it. So you really never know, how you're spinning your intentions. And being more intentional, you have an idea how your day is going to go. And it helps you be ready. When I say be ready, because life happens, sometimes we're not always ready for everything that happens. But sometimes it's really not about what happens during the day. It's more so of how you respond and perceive the things going on during the day. So, you want to have a day off from work. You're not specifying how you want to have a day off from work. So you give so much leeway to your intentions of how you want to get off to work that anything can happen. Anything, be it good or bad, to keep you off a day of work or a couple days. So being intentional does require some type of detail. It doesn't mean that everything is going to go out of whack if you're not detailed. Because, your ancestors, your guides, they're very understanding. But you cannot be upset if you're not detailed and something random happens, but it still gives you what you asked for. But, hey, Saucy. On top of that, because I didn't want to keep it too long, I was pulled to use my daily healing deck to give a message for us, because I always need my own messages. It's easier to say it sometimes than it is to actually heed a message, because sometimes we really just don't want to hear it. Sometimes we really don't want to be called on our shit. Sometimes we just want to be left alone in our shit. And while I'm an advocate of acknowledging your shit, I'm not an advocate of staying in it. So I be having to take my messages. Spirit, what messages do you have for us while we were here? Let me cut the deck and you guys get to see it. It says, seek to enlarge your appreciation of the beauty of nature, animals, and humans. To me, what I get from that is during this time, we have been with other people. We have been separated from people. How many of us are actually paying attention to the beauty of nature since we haven't really been out that much? Nature has really blossomed. Animals are starting to show themselves. We're able to really sit down and pay attention to the moon more than normal because we're not so hyped up to get out and go. You can sit back and watch the stars because there's not as much pollution out there as it used to be with all of us wanting to drive around. And some of us are forgetting about human interaction. So be intentional about interacting with nature, your pets, animals, people. But that doesn't mean you have to interact with people that are not of your highest good. It just means interact with people that pour into you, that elevate you, that can help you in your level up, glow up. So be intentional about who you want to meet. Be intentional about the people you want to be around. And just be intentional about your day. Like, for real. That's really all I have for you guys. I just wanted to show face. I'll try to show face more, but who knows? You know me. Like, share, comment. You know what I'm saying? You never know who needs a word. And I'm going to finish eating my cheesecake. Oh, I dropped some. And just enjoy the sun. For whoever has sun, go get energized. Go into it. Be about that sun life. The sun gives energy too. It energizes the body. Everything. So, enjoy. It was great chatting with you guys. And I'll see you my next go round.